Borthwick backed by RFU despite run of defeats. Steve Borthwick's boss has given the England coach his backing, but says there will be a full examination of the woeful Six Nations campaign after the team's final round match against France on Saturday. England are fifth in the table and well out of the title running after successive defeats by Scotland, Ireland, and Italy, which was the first loss to the Azzurri, ruined their ambitions and prompted questions over Borthwick's future. After a 12-match winning run, these past three results have been hugely disappointing, and we feel that just as much as everyone else, said Rugby Football Union Chief Executive Bill Sweeney. Steve and his coaching team are working tirelessly to make improvements, and we remain fully committed to supporting them and the players as they face France this weekend, and then look ahead to the Nations Championship. Part of that support is being open about what hasn't gone right during the Six Nations and making sure everyone has a clear sense of how we move through those challenges together. That's something we'll be talking through and working on in the days and weeks ahead. We will work together to understand and rectify why we have been unable to meet the expectations and anticipation going into these games. England fans rightly expect a team that learns and grows through adversity, and we're confident this group will do everything they can to deliver that. Borthwick defended his record and the direction of the team after Italy, who had lost their previous 32 games against England, ran out 23-18 winners in Rome. Absolutely, replied the 46-year-old when asked if he was the right man for the job. Right now this is a tough period, but what we will do is learn from it and make sure we are stronger going forward. It is tough right now, and we are not hiding away from the fact it is tough. Captain Maro Itoje, whom Borthwick appointed at the start of 2025 to lead the team, insisted that England's nosediving form came down to him and his fellow players, rather than the coaches. The coaches set us up to do well, he told BBC's Rugby Union Weekly podcast. We, as players, have to take responsibility. I am happy with how we are set up and ultimately at us, myself as captain and the guys on the field who have to take responsibility for our performances. Borthwick backed by RFU despite run of defeats. In international rugby, success and failure often arrive with equal intensity. Coaches are praised during victories and questioned during difficult times. Recently, the head coach of the England national rugby union team, Steve Borthwick, has faced growing pressure after a challenging run of results. Despite the defeats, however, the Rugby Football Union, RFU, has continued to express strong support for its coach, emphasizing patience, stability, and long-term vision. Rugby is a sport built on resilience. Teams often go through difficult phases before achieving success. For Borthwick, the recent defeats have tested both his leadership and the faith of fans. Supporters naturally want to see victories, especially from a team with the proud history of England. When results do not meet expectations, questions about tactics, player selection, and coaching strategies begin to arise. Yet within the RFU, the perspective appears different. Rather than reacting quickly to losses, the organization believes that building a successful national team requires time. Borthwick was appointed with the goal of reshaping England's playing style and developing a new generation of talent. Such changes rarely produce immediate results. The RFU's backing sends a clear message: progress should not be judged only by short-term outcomes. In modern professional sport, coaching stability can be a powerful advantage. Frequent changes in leadership often disrupt team identity and hinder long-term development. By standing behind Borthwick, the RFU hopes to maintain consistency in the team's direction. For Borthwick himself, the support from the governing body provides both relief and responsibility. Confidence from leadership can strengthen a coach's determination, but it also raises expectations. Knowing that the RFU believes in his vision means he must continue working to transform potential into performance. The England team has shown glimpses of promise even during this difficult period. Young players have begun to emerge, and the squad is gradually adapting to new strategies. While defeats may dominate headlines, the internal progress within the team may tell a more hopeful story. In many ways, rebuilding a national rugby team resembles constructing a complex structure. A strong foundation must be laid before the final shape becomes visible. Borthwick's role is to guide players, refine tactics, and create a culture where discipline and teamwork thrive. These elements may take months or even years to fully develop. Fans, of course, often focus on immediate results. Rugby supporters are passionate and deeply connected to their team's performance. Each match carries emotional significance, and repeated losses can test their patience. However, history shows that some of the most successful teams have endured difficult transitions before reaching greatness. The RFU's decision to continue backing Borthwick reflects a belief in long-term planning rather than short-term reaction. By providing stability, the organization hopes to give the coach the freedom to experiment, adjust strategies, and build a squad capable of competing at the highest level. Rugby itself teaches valuable lessons about perseverance. Just as players must continue fighting after conceding points, coaches must remain focused after setbacks. Borthwick's challenge is not only tactical but psychological. He must maintain the confidence and unity of his players during a challenging phase. If the England team eventually turns its fortunes around, this period of difficulty may later be remembered as a necessary step in its development. Teams often grow stronger through adversity, learning lessons that cannot be gained during easy victories. In the end, the story of Steve Borthwick and the England rugby team is still being written. The defeats have created pressure and debate, but they have also highlighted the importance of trust and patience in sport. With the continued support of the Rugby Football Union, Borthwick now has the opportunity to prove that persistence, planning, and belief can transform a struggling team into a competitive force once again. For England rugby supporters, the hope remains that today's challenges will become tomorrow's triumphs, and that the faith placed in their coach will eventually be rewarded on the field.